Another travel day. Today we are headed to Brazos Bend State Park, just outside of Needville, Texas. This is going to be one of our longer driving days. We got it, looks like 4.5 hours Google Maps time, so it might be up to over 5 hours. So we're going to try to get that knocked out today, probably make a couple of stops along the way. And so it is time to get this thing hitched up and get rolling again. So as you can tell if you've been watching these videos for any length of time, there's a real rhythm and a routine to getting in and out of the parks. And that's, I guess that's just like anything in life. We all have our routines, and this is kind of, there's some things you do every day, there's some things you do some days, but getting in and out of the park, I mean, I haven't done it that many times, but I've done it enough times now to where I'm getting pretty quick at it, getting pretty efficient at it. And we don't set out a lot of stuff. We don't have a lot of stuff with us, and so a lot of people you see them at the campsites with tables and chairs and bikes and this and that. We don't have a lot of that stuff, so I can get out in and out pretty quick. And today's drive was long enough that I was going to have to stop for fuel. So stop number one was at a Walmart, I believe in St. Charles, Louisiana, for lunch. And then at some point we were near Beaumont. We had to stop I did need to stop for fuel finally. Right outside of Beaumont, or right near Beaumont, it was super dubious. Yeah, we had like some guys come up, they were panhandling, trying to get money off of us, but that was all it was. So other than that, it was a smooth drive. We skirted Houston. We had to get on a loop, one of the loops around Houston, but I mean, anytime you get anywhere near Houston, obviously there's a lot of traffic, but there wasn't any wrecks, or there weren't any road construction or anything like that really slowed us down. So all in all, it was a smooth drive to the park, and got ourselves all checked in, and then made our way to the campsite. Just got pulled in, got the camper all set up, and this is our campsite. We have this fine specimen of a felled tree right here, and we've got this nice green space back here behind us. We're getting everything all set up. It's morning time here at Brazos Bend State Park, and it's full-blown shirt sleeve weather. Finally got it really where it's warm here. It's a nice park. We have not been out exploring yet. We're going to go out here in just a minute, take a good walk around the area. So you can see back there on those trees, it looks like there's a brownish marking, which we're thinking is from Hurricane Harvey, where as high as the floodwaters got, because then there's also, you can tell it's new asphalt.
That one, you can tell it on that one real good, that big oak tree.
Yeah, that big oak tree. You can see at the bottom how it's all dark. And yeah, it looks like they've had to put in new asphalt. So Hurricane Harvey looks like it came through here with a vengeance. So we had gotten into the park pretty late that day before, and we hadn't really had a chance to walk around. So this was our first chance to get out there and really check the park out. There's more evidence of that flooding. You can see it on the bottoms of these trees. It looks like about 5 feet up each one of them, 5 or 6 feet up the bottom of each one of them. You can see where it's darker brown. Striping cruise. And so that afternoon we headed out to check out some of the features of the park. Finally got that warm weather we were looking for, and so we were going to go see what we could see. So this is 40 Acre Lake, which is one of the attractions here at Brazos Bend State Park. I'd like to go out on this boardwalk, and there have been copious warnings about the alligators, and we were told by one of the park hosts that this was the most likely place alligator. But we were also told by the swamp tour guy that this is the alligator's hibernation season. And just like that, there's a big alligator. And like Kelly just said, it's so much warmer here, they're probably not hibernating. So wow, that thing was big. It was definitely an adult-sized alligator. The funny thing is, we walked right by that thing when we went out onto this boardwalk. We didn't even see it when we walked by. It's also interesting, every place we've been this trip where there's alligators, they have these signs telling you what not to do. You know, don't feed them, don't provoke them, don't do this, don't do that. So obviously there's some dumb people that actually do that kind of stuff to alligators, or they wouldn't have to have these signs. It's like, kind of an idiot would do that. And they also had a nature center there at the park, and so Kelly and I made our way over there. We drove over to find that thing. We left the dogs at home for this part of it because we knew we wanted to come in here and check this place out. So they were back at the campsite for this part of our little afternoon adventure.
Good care of these. These are actually the lucky ones because they get fed mice once a week, mice parts. So they're not going to die with a bird getting them or something. So this one was born in August, all of them together.
It is a modern survivor from the age of dinosaurs. An adult male alligator may grow to be 18 feet long and weigh several hundred pounds.
It's a diorama.
In spring, the males develop.
So we're coming to check out, this is Elm Lake, and it's also a what, Kelly? What's that thing called? A what? Oh, a sloth, not like the animal, but it's called, but it's spelled sort of like that, but so there it is. So we have seen a lot of swamps and wetlands type areas on this trip, and they're all similar in some ways, but they've also all been unique too, and this was really interesting and kind of different as well. Pretty sure the wind noise on this is just going to destroy the sound of it, but the birds out here are just incredible. The bird sounds, it's just a cacophony in a good way of bird sounds.
Especially for this time of day.
This is our attempt to get to the Brazos River. I think this White Oak Trail is somehow going to get us to the river. So it was probably about a quarter of a mile hike or so, but made it to the Brazos River, and it's showing signs of Harvey also. So once again, going back to that thing about being in a routine, well, usually on our last night there, we'll go out to eat if there's a decent place to go. So we headed into Needville proper. We were in Texas now, so we were figured we were kind of in South Texas. We figured our chances of getting some good Mexican food had much improved. So we checked out Los Charos restaurant in Needville, and it wasn't the best Mexican food we've ever had, but it was way more like the kind of Mexican food we were used to. So it was good. And then it was back to the campsite, and then tomorrow we were going to be heading to San Marcos area to the Longhorn RV Resort. So tomorrow will be another travel day. We'll see you guys on the road.